I had toyed with this idea for a while. Really, I worked at a fine men's store in Athens, Georgia. It's really where this kind of, the clothing sense, the outdoor aspect, I was born into that stuff and just enjoyed that. As a kid, we all know those brands, right? You had a horse with a polo player, you had an alligator on it. Well, what was the connection to that, to me, for any of that? There wasn't. It was just a traditional collared shirt that your mom wanted you to wear because it was a well-known brand. But there was no, I didn't play polo. What's an alligator to most people? My dog, you know, I have a chocolate lab. I was a duck hunter and got on to the waterfowling sports, and she was in the back of my truck and just had that pretty pose with her tail kind of, you know, up and her big barrel chest and that big block head. And I thought, you know, why is there not a Labrador Retriever on a shirt in a traditional, classic, finer way? It's the most popular dog in America and the world. It's been the most popular sporting breed for over 2 decades, and no one was really tapping into that. And so I thought, if I can make something that I would enjoy, and a lot of other people have a connection to it, then why not? And that's where really I got down off that project right there, lunch hour, got in my construction trailer, started sketching. And that's kind of where that's where the idea was born that day. It's just very much the classics and the traditional sense of handcrafted, you know, items that just people take for granted. In a world of Amazon Prime, we're 180 degrees south of that. If you pump out an inferior product, you know, then you shot yourself in the foot. Whether you sell 500 of them up front, but what is it? That's great. You get the money, helps the bottom line, but when that goes home to somebody, and when that gets worn, or if the button falls off, if it shrinks too much when it gets washed, if the leather doesn't hold up, if you do things right and you change somebody's, you know, world by having something quality in their hands, they're gonna talk about it. I want to make a polo shirt. I couldn't find a polo manufacturer for a year because there's a machine that sews that collar, this piece on. And everybody I talked to said, son, we'd love to make it for you, but that machine was sold 10, 15 years ago offshore. And they said, you won't find anybody that even has the machinery anymore to produce that shirt, because we just got away from it. We just went, oh, we can make things overseas for less money and make more money, and we just, the pride, it left. You know, it was sad when I started getting this thing off the ground. I went, golly, this is just, am I barking the wrong tree? Can I do this? Because there were so many hurdles and so many challenges. You know, Made in USA sounds great, but I couldn't find anybody to do it hardly. And I had a lot of folks that told me, you know, you won't make it. It sounds like a great idea, but you're going to be too challenged. You know, and that's, I guess, kudos to my old man for being a stubborn old soul and my stubborn nature, because I just refused to fail and refused to quit. This is a brand that needs to be around for a long time. It's almost 6 years old, but I still feel like it's the tip of the iceberg for us. So we're going to continue to be that slow, small batch brand and do things the right way. And if that means it takes 6 months to a year to do it, then that's just what we have to go through.